Hello and welcome back to the railway. Today we're going to look at a General Motors EMD F7 unit. So the F7 units were part of the F series of locomotives built by General Motors Electromotive Division between 1939 and 1960, and these included the series the FTs, the F2s, the F3s, the F7s, which we're going to look at today, the FP7s, the F9s, the FP9s, and the FL9s. So quite a number of locomotives built in that series. And the F7, they were built between 1949 and 1953. And this F7, of course, is an A unit. So I'll explain exactly what an A unit is in a couple of minutes. But they built a total of 2,393 A units and a total of 1,463 B units. The prime mover engine in this locomotive was an EMD 16-567B, and they had a maximum speed of 65 to 102 miles per hour. Operated primarily in North America, and the F in the F7 stands for 14, as they were 1400 horsepower or above. This, of course, is a 1500 horsepower locomotive. These locomotives have the Bobo wheel arrangement, which is a 4-axle locomotive, and these were built primarily for freight, but they worked passenger duties as well, so a mixed traffic locomotive. Later, after the F series, General Motors EMD came out with the E series, E standing for 18, and those units were twin-engined locomotives, each engine 900 horsepower, making a total of 1800 horsepower. Some of these F7s were rebuilt, and they were rebuilt into the series the F9PH and the F10PH. As of today, as far as I can tell, there are 11 of these F7 units preserved on heritage railways in the United States. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a close look at the detail on this locomotive, and we're going to get her on the track and have a bit of stock behind her. So let's get on with it and see what you think. Here is our F7. Before we get into looking at the detail on this, I just want to explain something about this. This is a Bauchmann model. So, Bauchmann in America is this product line here. That's the label on it there. This particular locomotive has sound. Okay. There are other Bauchmann ranges, and I'll just have a look at them here now. So, Bauchmann Spectrum is something totally different. Compared with the regular Bauchmann, these models really, they're kind of better runners, better motors in them, smoother on the track. Just a little higher quality than the regular Bauchmann. And then in Europe, you have Bauchmann branch line. So Bauchmann branch line do the British outline locomotives, which all seem to be pretty good quality. But here, this basic Bauchmann model, now in America, this wouldn't be considered at the higher end of models, compared with the likes of Athearn or Atlas or Walthers or Proto maybe, or the likes of something like Kato from Japan. So they're okay, If you look after them and you take care of them, they'll probably last you a long time. But they wouldn't be considered at the higher end of model equipment. So now let's just get on and have a look at this one. Yeah. When it comes to the detail, it's not too bad. It's pretty okay. So as I explained before, this is an A unit, which means it's a power unit and it has the cab. The B units, if you can imagine it, would have an end like this and also at this end. So if you imagine that that cab was not there, this end was exactly the same as that. So the B units were to increase horsepower, basically. So you can have an A unit like this, coupled to a B unit, and maybe even another B unit, and then have another A unit at the end. So effectively, they're all working together, powered by the lead unit, and working in multiple. So this A unit would be powering the B unit behind it here, if you can imagine that. And it just meant that really you could increase operation performance, and you could, it was quite cost effective method as well of operating the railway. So the detail on this locomotive, it's not too bad at all. At this end, what I like about these F7s is you have this lovely kind of nose and front. When you think of an American locomotive, this is kind of what I think of in terms of shape, Comes down here, has this front pilot on it. It has these marker boards here. I think the numbers for those marker boards, I think they're just in the box. I think you literally just stick them on. This locomotive, that light lights, it's reasonably bright as well. Has a KD kind of style knuckle coupler. It looks plastic actually, that one. Wipers there and two horns on the roof. Has this front pilot, as I say. This is in the Pennsylvania Railroad color scheme. It's quite nice. Oh, just basically all over black. It has this kind of decoration stripe going down the length of the body. And she has this kind of silver grille. That's kind of like a separate piece there. It's quite good. It's not too bad. Mostly molded detail. You can see the fan grills on the roof there. It's all kind of molded. She's quite heavy, this locomotive. The trucks aren't bad on her. They're okay. As I said, this Bauchmann in America, it wouldn't be considered at the higher end of detail and the mechanisms inside. You can see some of that detail there. It has the Pennsylvania Railroad kind of logo on it. That's something to do, I'd say, with the fuel tanks. These porthole style windows. Pretty cool. She looks pretty cool, the front. Yeah, it's not too bad. Kind of steps picked out there. See the lower steps there. Window frames, as far as I can see, they've kind of picked them out in kind of silver paint. It's basic enough, but it's not bad. And I was looking for an F7 and it's the only one I could find. I got this in a model railway shop up in Dublin. So, And this model actually comes with sound. Sounds okay on it actually. So there you go. Well, let's get her on the track and have her running behind. I have seen vintage footage of locomotives like this running in the 50s and 60s. Excuse me. And they had a mixture of stock. So a mixture of passenger cars and freight cars, box cars, running in the same train, which is really, really cool. So that's what I'm gonna try and represent here. I think I can see a little grill there. Grills on the front there. Grab irons, I should say. Grab irons on the front. Yeah, she's okay. Some nice rivet detail as well on it. It's not bad at all, and there's a driver in there as well. She's not too bad at all. So, I haven't opened this unit, so I don't know whether she has, what kind of mechanism is in her. I don't really want to open it. I can't really see from underneath. Sometimes you can see a flywheel, but no, I can't see it. But I think these have the split chassis arrangement in them, as far as I know. Yeah. So, as I said, let's get her on the track, get some freight cars and passenger cars behind them, and see what the sound is like. Apologies about earlier on when I was trying to explain the A and B units, but essentially A and B units working together in multiple just increases operational efficiency. You can run longer trains, heavier trains over vast distances with A and B units working together, and that's essentially what it means. So as I say, apologies for that. It can get very warm up here in the attic, and when you explain things, it can be hard to concentrate. The sound is not too bad on this model. I don't know how it compares with other model railway manufacturers, but it's not too bad. In fact, the locomotive sound actually reminds me a lot of the Irish diesels, because of course they were built in LaGrange and London, Ontario, with EMD prime movers in them. Very similar. The light on that locomotive is probably in fact a bit too bright. too bad a runner. This one by Bauchmann. So what do you think of the Bauchmann F7? Cost me around, I think it was £99. She is a second-hand model. But she runs okay. So was it worth the money? I'll be back and I'm going to have a look maybe at a British diesel or a Bauchmann branch line next time and see what you think of that. Until then, everyone take care. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll be back with another video as soon as I can. Until then, everyone look after themselves and I shall see you in the next one. Take care.